thoughts on Tatum right now being the best player in the NBA?
I mean, he's in the conversation. And to me, he's probably the leading candidate for MVP because of not only how well he's been playing and his efficiency, but they're 18-4. And they're without Robert Williams, and they're 18-4. If they were with Robert Williams at 18-4, you'd be like, okay, you know what? I get it. They should be. They should be the best team. Well, they shouldn't be 18-4 without Robert Williams. But Tatum has been absolutely sensational, super efficient. That's the biggest thing, and that's kind of what I talked to him about when I saw him a couple of weeks ago. Is just how efficient he's been, and I think part of it is his growth and his maturity and his strength, right? Able to take better shots. But I think it's the players around him too. I mean, you're surrounding him now with high IQ, cerebral dudes, right? Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon, 2 additions, really since they've flipped it. And you could say they flipped it a little bit before Derek White got here, but Derek White has helped from a team standpoint, from a decision-making standpoint, so that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown both aren't hunting like they used to, because they know Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Grant Williams, all these dudes, for the most part, Al Horford, are going to get them. And even Marcus Smart now has become more of an actual point guard who looks for his teammates first and then for his, jack and 3-pointers.
Well, I think a testament to this team right now is the leadership, because leadership on a positive note is present when you don't discuss it.
Right. You don't need to.
You don't need to, because a year ago at this time, this team was in shambles. Okay. So then they lose their coach, Ime Udoka. They bring in a young guy.
Yep.
Okay. Huge controversy. Not a problem. They don't miss a beat. That's don't miss a beat. Yeah. And I think it's Tatum. I think it's Jaylen Brown. I think it's Marcus. And I think the leadership and the maturation of this team right now is really surprising me. It really is.
When you taste mediocrity for 2 years, and then all of a sudden you start playing the right way and winning comes to fruition, it's easy to say, all right, like, this is working, no matter who the coach is going to be.
Right.
This is working. But I will say, Gary, when is the point when they're going to remove the interim tag from Joe Mazzulla and give him a contract and give him a four-year deal? Because it is working. Is it a large enough sample size to do that right now? What I will say is Mazzulla is a player's coach. He obviously has the respect of these guys by now. Right now, if they go into a tailspin, that's one thing. But we all expected this team right now, instead of 18-4, we figured they'd be like, 12-10 right now.
Yeah, right. Figuring it out.
Does he deserve it now, or would you wait, give it to the All-Star break, or would you even give it till the end of the year?
I would wait until the All-Star break, and I would have a conversation with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And I would go to those two players, and I would say, is this your guy? Because let's face it.
It is Tatum's guy. Tatum was the key to Mazzulla, okay? Tatum was the key from the sources I've talked to. It was Tatum who basically went to bat for Mazzulla. And then when Tatum goes to bat, it's a whole lot easier for those other guys to go to bat. Marcus Smart, Ime was Marcus Smart's guy. So, that was a tough one. We saw some of the comments that Marcus had afterwards. And I'm sure he was upset. And I think they all liked Ime. But when Tatum, your best player, goes to bat for you, everybody kind of falls in line, and then you have success. And now it's like, okay, you know what? This is working. This is working.
I would still go to the players out of respect, because I think that's what you have to do in the league. It's a players' league. And you know what? It should be. It should be. The players are the league. Yep. It is a players' game. And I think the players should be taken into consideration. And you should ask them. I don't know if that's the case in all sports, but I think for the game of basketball, absolutely. And I would go to both Tatum, and we know what Tatum's going to say. And I would just include Jaylen. I would even include Marcus, if it's needed, and say, we're ready to give this guy a 4-year deal. Are you in?
Yeah.
And then see what they say. Because if there's a problem, you should know about it.
Sure. Absolutely. I'm wondering in my head, is the All-Star break long enough? Or, it's not like Mazzulla's got any leverage at the end of the day. You could wait till the end of the year. You could absolutely wait.
You can wait till the playoffs.
Right.
You can wait till the end of the year and see what do we do in the playoffs.
Because if you lose in the first round of the playoffs, Mazzulla's going to get some of the hit.
Yeah.
And then if Tatum struggles again, he would get a lot of the hit, obviously. But
I think you're right. I'm going to take that back. I think you have to wait the full year because of the postseason. And
there's no reason to rush. And again, it's not like Joe Mazzulla is going to take any other job. He looks at this. This was a dream opportunity for him that they gave from the second row. He's from around here. There's no job that's better for Joe Mazzulla on this planet than the Boston Celtics head coach. So to me, whatever they offer him, even if it's disrespectful from a financial standpoint in regards to maybe some of the other coaches around the league, I just don't see Joe Mazzulla walking away from it.
Hey, did the Celtics get off the hook when Ime went to the Nets, or because it didn't become official, they're still paying him?
I don't know. I don't know at that point. I don't know because you're right. Like, obviously, I think they would have liked him to go to the Nets because then it would be done. Wouldn't have to worry about any offset, anything. He's getting paid big money. And now you're right. Maybe they still are paying him through the end. We don't know that. We don't know the answer.
If I'm Wick, I'm sitting there and I'm going, the Nets. What are you doing to me?
Well, because you weren't scared really of him going to the Nets in a way. Like you were, but you weren't.
But from a financial perspective, you just wanted somebody to give him a deal.
Right.
Give him a deal.